right, time to say goodbye to our little cabin here in McKee, and it's about 10:15. Get back on trail. I was able to make arrangements for a similar cabin north of Whitley City, which will be my next big stop and layover in about 5.5 days. Do the same thing there and stay for a full day of zero, and before making the final stretch onto the end of the trail, because I think it might be a 5-day walk without much to run into. I did also find a campground near the end of the trail, like 16 miles from the end, so if I go too fast or Christy gets delayed or something, I can stay there for an extra day and maybe find some resources for food, etc. So let's get back on the highway, which is the trail, and I really lucked out that this cabin is right on the highway/trail, so let's get after it. Goodbye, little cabin. Thanks for taking care of me. And thanks to Debbie and Paul, the hosts, for all their kindness as well. Off we go. Doesn't take long at all to get off the highway. The S Tree campground is only 9 miles away. That'll be a little too soon, but that's a possibility too for tonight. And there's a major blowdown. See, the walk around is all the way up by the roots. That is a monster burl. Oh my goodness. So here we are again at these interlocking concrete pieces. Now you can see it more clearly. It's a larger piece with convex crescents and a triskel. And then there's a smaller piece with concave crescents and a triskel, and they fit together and they pave it with this so they can, and this whole bank here all the way up is all paved with these. It's very cool. It looks like we might get out of the horribly rutted, muddy ATV track we've been on since we left McKee and get a little flatter, drier walking. Yay! We're getting some pretty good wind gusts today. Okay, well, it's about 10 till 3, and we're just a couple miles from the best campsite for quite a while. And I just did the calculations, and I'm going to be ahead of schedule from a next reservation at the cabin in Whitley City if I don't slow down a bit. So the terrain is flat and agreeable, so we're just going to make it a short day today, and that's probably good. First day out of a zero is a good idea to take it easy so you don't overdo it, because it's usually the hardest day. And I'm noticing a little achiness a little earlier than usual. So I think that's the plan. We got plenty of food And there's the 49er truck stop coming up in about 35 miles. So, or actually 25 miles after the campsite. And I can get a cheeseburger there and top off on any snacks or small items. They have a tiny little convenience store there, but they do have cheeseburgers and an electrical plug-in. So I'll take advantage of them. All right, well, we're still on this forest road. There's some ATVers and motorcycles, and we'll see how many of them are down at the camp and whether I can use that or have to move on. So I've arrived at the beautiful campsite they talked about. It's right here on Raccoon Creek. Little waterfall. Man, this is beautiful. And there's all kinds of tent spots up in here with wooden benches and fire rings. So I'm going to find one and then come down here and get some water. That looks way cool. Double sure on the tent setup because we're supposed to get rain at 3 a.m. and it's supposed to rain all tomorrow morning throughout, so on and off. So I imagine we'll pack up a wet tent and have to pack up in the rain. So got it ready to go, nice and taut, ready to deploy all rain shields when necessary. It's 4 o'clock and Serenity Shuttle has landed. Trail mile 152.5 for a short 11.2 mile day to end up at this beautiful campsite. Part of that is the limit of where the good campsites are. Part of that was trying to slow my roll because I'm finishing the trail too fast based on when Christy arrives at the southern terminus. And it's first day back on trail after 0. So got out of the cabin about 10:30 and just took my time getting here. And now we get rewarded with this beautiful place. And it leaves about 24 miles to the 49er truck stop, which is the next little place to stop in and check up on resupply. I really do have enough food to make it to Whitley City, where I have a reservation made for a cabin there. And we'll make it in plenty of time. So it's going to be kind of easy and non-rushed for this part of it. So we saw some beautiful stuff on the way here. We had some breezes today that got up to 25-30 miles an hour, and the leaves are raining off the trees, and rock formations and beautiful little creeks and moss and mushrooms and all the stuff you would expect in a Kentucky forest in the fall. Just beautiful stuff. So thanks for sauntering with me, and remember, we're doing the impossible. That makes us mighty.